On September 8, 2022, Queen Elizabeth II passed away in Scotland at the age of 96.
The world is mourning Queen Elizabeth II, who died this afternoon at the age of 96.
Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II has died.
As the world remembers and honors Queen Elizabeth II, word of her death echoing around the world today, Britain's Queen Elizabeth dying at 96 after a 70-year reign.
The longest reigning monarch of the United Kingdom was admired before her death for a stoic calm that personified her country's wartime motto, "Keep calm and carry on."
Bless the royal Princess Elizabeth II with long and happy years to reign over us.
However, controversies involving her extended family frequently casted a shadow over her administration. Here are a few of the most notable crises that the royal family has experienced in her 70 years as monarch.
The world has lost Princess Diana at age 36. We had a few minutes' notice that we were going to have to read a few words from a piece of paper, and it was up to me to decide exactly how to say it. It was achingly sad in the moment. It remains achingly sad for generations of us to this day.
Princess Margaret. Princess Margaret, the younger sister of Queen Elizabeth, was at the center of several scandals that shook the monarchy at the beginning of her reign. In 1955, Princess Margaret, a rebellious beauty, was forced to back out on her engagement with Peter Townsend, a handsome Air Force officer, because the royal tradition thought him unfit to become her husband, as he was previously divorced. Instead, she wed Anthony Armstrong Jones, a society photographer who adopted the name Lord Snowdon. However, after Princess Margaret's affair with the landscape gardener Rhodey Llewellyn, who was 18 years her junior, her marriage with Lord Snowdon collapsed. Thus, the Queen's younger sister greatly embarrassed the royal family during her reign. Princess Philip. During her younger years, Queen Elizabeth faced controversies regarding her choice to wed the Greek Prince Philip. While Philip had distinguished himself during the Second War in the British Royal Navy, he had sisters who were wed to Nazi-supporting German aristocracy. Because of this, no one from his German family was invited to their wedding. Prince Philip was also plagued by rumors that he was having extramarital affairs throughout her early years as monarch. When Mike Parker, the Queen's private secretary, was forced to resign after his wife filed for divorce in 1957, it sparked questions about Prince Philip's fidelity and loyalty to Queen Elizabeth. In an unusual statement at the time, the Queen's spokespersons declared that it is entirely incorrect that there is any trouble between the Queen and the Duke. King Charles III and Princess Diana. The troubled marriage of King Charles III and Princess Diana and King Charles III's secret relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles were by far the biggest scandals the Queen Elizabeth faced during her reign. Following their 1981 nuptials, Charles and Diana's relationship broke down at the end of the decade and into the 1990s, and the couple was frequently featured in tabloid publications and pleasant stories. The relationship between Diana and Charles was irreparably damaged. According to a 1992 book by journalist Andrew Morden, who acknowledged Diana as his primary source. The book also detailed Diana's struggles with eating disorders and her attempt at suicide.
Rumours of crisis in the marriage of the heir to the throne were fueled this summer by a book by former royal watcher Andrew Morton. It alleged deep unhappiness in the royal relationship. Serialised in the Sunday Times, the book claimed the princess was locked in a loveless marriage, hurt by her husband's continued friendship with an old flame, Camilla Parker Bowles.
Newspapers later that year released quotes from a recorded phone discussion between Diana and James Gilby, who referred to her as Squidgy. Then in 1993, a reporter overheard a conversation between Charles and Camilla on the phone during which the prince expressed his desire to be reincarnated as Camilla's tampon. Diana even said that she had an affair with military officers Jim Hewitt, and that there had been 3 of us, as a reference to Camilla in TV interviews they both made after their divorce.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Annus Horribilis and divorces. The Queen referred to 1992 as the Annus Horribilis. She said that 1992 is not a year that she will remember with pure joy.
1992 is not a year on which I shall look back with undiluted pleasure. In the words of one of my more sympathetic correspondents, it has turned out to be an annus horribilis.
Diana's residence in Windsor Castle experienced a significant fire, and Charles and Diana formally separated. However, their union was not the only one to dissolve that year. The Duke and the Duchess of York, Prince Andrew's second son, his wife Sarah Ferguson, parted ways as well. On the front page of a newspaper, Fergie was seen topless getting her toes sucked by wealthy American businessman John Bryan beside the pool of a friend's mansion. 3 years after their separation, due to their love connections to the people, Princess Anne, daughter of Queen Elizabeth, and Mark Phillips divorced officially in April 1992. Later in December 1992, Princess Anne wed Navy Commander Timothy Lawrence, her love interest of many years. Prince Andrew. Because of his playboy lifestyle, British tabloids dubbed Prince Andrew as Miles Andy or Randy Andy, as he fell farther down the lines of succession. 3 years after Jeffrey Einstein's initial conviction for child sex offenses, Prince Andrew's association with him gained notoriety in 2011. This ultimately led to the resignation of Prince Andrew from his position as Britain's roving trade ambassador.
Just 4 days after his widely criticised TV appearance, Prince Andrew met with his mother, the Queen, resulting in his resignation. Here, the Queen was captured leaving the meeting after taking the unprecedented decision for a senior royal to step down.
4 years later, Virginia Giuffre claimed in court filings that she was forced to have sex with Prince Andrew as a minor. Although Andrew refuted the allegations, they persisted.
He knows what happened. I know what happened. And there's only one of us telling the truth, and I know that's me.
In 2019, Epstein committed suicide in prison while being detained on sex trafficking accusations, which raised even more doubts regarding the truth of the allegations against Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew then gave a terrible interview on BBC as an attempt to redeem his name. However, the interview was so bad that companies started to distance themselves from him.
This is what he said in his Newsnight interview.
If push came to shove and the legal advice was to do so, then I would be duty-bound to do so.
He flatly denies ever having met 17-year-old Virginia Roberts and suggests this photograph has been faked. Pitch at Palace is Andrew's pet project, but it needs big business to bankroll it. KPMG has already confirmed it is not renewing its contract, while AstraZeneca is reviewing its involvement. Aon has reportedly asked for its logo to be removed from the website, and Standard Chartered is pulling the plug on its deal.
In January 2022, Prince Andrew lost both his Royal Highness, titled his military ties to the monarchy. Further, in order to avoid the public humiliations of trial, Andrew settled the claim in February 2022 without admitting any guilt. He agreed to pay a known amount. Young Prince Harry. Prince Harry's life as a bachelor was already filled with bad press and controversies. In an interview, Prince Harry admitted that he used to smoke marijuana and drink alcohol while being underage in English pubs and bars. In 2005, Prince Harry showed up at a Halloween party dressed as a Nazi, shocking the nations. The staff of the 20-year-old prince immediately issued an apology, saying, "Prince Harry has apologized for any offense or humiliations. He is aware that his choice of attire was terrible." In 2012, when the 27-year-old British monarch was on vacation prior to his tour of duty in Afghanistan, naked pictures of him widely circulated online. After this incident, he again claimed, "At the end of the day, I probably let myself down. I let my family down. I let other people down. But it was probably a classic example of me probably being too much army and not enough prince." It's a simple case of that. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The world praised the British monarchy for evolving and becoming modern when Prince Harry announced his engagement to Meghan Markle. She was non-British, of mixed race, and an actor. But after a series of disastrous events, Prince Harry and Meghan declared in 2020 that they would be stepping down from senior royal responsibilities, following what the British tabloids referred to as Megxit.
Before I begin, I must say that I can only imagine what you may have heard or perhaps read over the past few weeks. So, I want you to hear the truth from me, as much as I can share, not as a prince or a duke, but as Harry, the same person that many of you have watched grow up over the last 35 years, but now with a clearer perspective. The UK is my home and a place that I love. That will never change. I've grown up feeling supported from so many of you, and I watched as you welcomed Meghan with open arms, as you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. We are taking a leap of faith, so thank you for giving me the courage to take this next step.
The couple of their little son, Archie, traveled to California in the United States. In an exclusive interview with Oprah Winfrey in March 2021, Meghan and Harry spilled all about their falling out with the royal family, dropping bombshell after bombshell on Oprah. In that interview, the two disclosed that the royal family members had concerns and conversations regarding Archie's skin tone prior to his birth. In addition, Meghan disclosed that she had suicidal thoughts in the midst of persistent racism and tabloid harassment, and claimed that a senior member of the royal family prevented her from seeking help. Prince Harry also said that Prince Charles stopped returning his calls before they made the announcement that they were leaving the royal family, and that his family cut him off financially in the first quarter of 2020. The shocking disclosures dominated the front page of every newspaper and media outlet, causing Buckingham Palace to issue a statement acknowledgement that the difficult times the couple had suffered and pledging that the family would take these matters very seriously and will address them in private. These scandals clearly show that, although the royal life appears to be a dream, it is actually rather terrifying. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please help us make this viral by hitting the like, subscribe, and channel notification buttons. Also, click the image on the right side of the screen to watch more videos about the Queen. Thank you so much and see you again.